Hathaway and has been producing cartoons for their yearly retreat. This is something different that he has done.
Well, maybe we'll be seeing Warren Buffett at Comic-Con in the future. Do you know what Comic-Con is?
No.
Comic-Con is great. It's the annual convention of comic books. Hence, comic book convention, Comic-Con. Get it? Now, most people think that this is just a convention of nerds, which really it is. But it's the cool nerds. It's the geeky nerds who love more than comic books. They enjoy the role-playing, the movies that are based on comic books, and it has become this huge thing in San Diego every year. It just finished last weekend, and Comic-Con, its big draw this year was the Twilight panels and the Avatar screening. It's the new James Cameron film that will be in 3D that will be coming out soon. But lots of other fun things happen at Comic-Con. Maybe Darshan would like to send me in the future. Can I be sent as the Comic-Con correspondent? I don't know everything there is to know about comic books, but I am a sort of nerdy in that sense that I love all of the, Deep Space Nine and all the Star Trek movies and all the Star Wars movies. And that is just a subset of what you can find at Comic-Con. You can find the movies that all of these things are based on. You can find out about manga. You can find out about anime. Everything at this one convention in San Diego. And people wear costumes. Did I mention the costumes? Huge.
I want to go there.
See, I told them we should go. Let's do the show next year live from San Diego Comic Book Convention.
Now, I just want to go and enjoy. I don't have to do the show from there.
I'll do the show, and you can just enjoy and watch the beach. Now, what's your favorite comic book? Do you have a favorite?
I want to tell you, growing up, the English was Tarzan. Folks, I learned English from the comic book. My father used to say, take a look at this script and choose one word every day. I had notebooks full of one words that I'll pick from the comic strip, and that's how I learned English.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's probably not an unusual thing for many people who are trying to learn English. They can learn it from these comic books. Digital rights management is something that gets a lot of attention, specifically after the recent flare-up with Kindle. Amazon.com apparently does not have the rights to sell George Orwell's works to the Kindle. So for everybody who bought one of his works, Amazon actually pulled that from their digital reader, the Kindle. Now, if any of those people looked closely, they would find that they were actually credited for that refund, if you will. But in the traditional setup, if you were to buy a George Orwell book and then the place that you bought it from found out that they couldn't sell it to you, they wouldn't come to your house and say, give us that book back, would they? No.
No.
Now, with the digital readers that people have, if you buy something, they can take it back at any time.
Zap it out of your computer.
Totally gone. Totally gone from the cloud, as
if it was never there.
As if it was never there. So really, we are in 1984. People can watch over what you're reading and take it from you, or, more scary, insert information into that book that you've read. What if you bought a book and they were to insert advertising into that book? Propaganda, yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I really think that was Big Brother kind of a deal. I mean, they could have informed everyone that, look, we found out there was a problem with the rights and we're going to remove that, and sort of give a notice. But there was no notice. It was just removed.
It was gone. Well, the Kindle is getting some competition from the Barnes & Noble digital reader. So I think as we see more and more of these items come up for sale, people are going to be requesting sort of rules of the game. When I buy something, do I own it? Who owns the information, and what can I do with that information? Can you imagine being on the plane? Well, first of all, many people don't understand about the digital reader is that once you buy an item, the Kindle is always scanning to see if there's an update or if things need to change within that file that you have downloaded. So let's say you're on the plane and you're reading and suddenly 1984 is zapped off of your computer. You've paid good money for it. Yeah, you've been refunded the money, but shouldn't you own that item once you have purchased it? It's something that, again,
in the digital world, you don't own that.
You don't own a thing. And speaking of you don't own a thing on the internet, now Facebook is actually allowing third-party organizations to use your contact without telling you and without paying you any money for it.
I always had that problem with Google. Google just scans the world and puts all of that information for the people. They're making money, but our information that they are giving them Folks, they're not giving us any money. So I feel like there is some problem with the Google model. But world goes on. Well, folks, that's about all we have for you. We sincerely hope that you have a wonderful weekend.